Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are building in the Forest of Valor in Disney Dreamlight Valley. In today's speed build we are going to be designing a cottage neighborhood, and I really want this to use a lot of the new cottage designs that we just got with the recent update. In a perfect world, Gaston would be in this build today, but I do not have him leveled up yet. I'm also not even sure if we can technically move him over to our main valley, so let me know in the comment section below if that's even possible, because I would definitely love to have him in this build today. I just couldn't move him over. Anyways, as we get started today, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that like, subscribe, and notify button if you want to see more content like this in the future. It really does help me out. So on today's speed build, we're going to be doing a overgrown centerpiece, and I really want a bunch of bushes over it, and it's going to be almost like a cul-de-sac sort of vibe for this build today. This build will be a little bit more simple than what you normally see on my channel, because even though I'm not even close to completing my item limit on the main valley, I still have a lot to decorate, and I want to make sure I have plenty of room to do a lot of nice designs in the other biomes. My forest is almost done. I have a space in front of the fairy core build that we just did on my channel, and I also need to do a transition by Rapunzel's home and on the left side of it. But other than that, there really isn't that much room left to decorate in this biome. So of course, just like my Frozen Heights video, I will do a final walkthrough of how it all turned out once we finish everything. And I do plan to actually flatten my forest once it's completely finished, because I do have several different layouts and ideas I would love to showcase for this biome, but I also want to use some of these homes in different builds that are on Eternity Isle. So eventually this will all be cleared off, so be ready for that. If you are new to my channel, I have been documenting every single thing for my forest on videos. I'm really not sure who else I'm going to move over to my forest. I know that I want to try to squeeze in, if I can, the Beauty and the Beast castle. I even considered moving Merlin over here because most of the color palette is purple and blue, so I really want to continue that color palette throughout the whole entire biome. Anyways, while we work on today's speed build, I do want to talk about some plans that I have for my Disney Dreamlight Valley content. I recently made a community post on my channel asking what y'all needed inspiration for on Disney Dreamlight Valley, and to my surprise, many of you were asking for more Forest of Valor content, but also you needed inspiration for Dazzle Beach and the Forgotten Lands. So I will be focusing on these biomes over the next few weeks, but we're also going to be still working on Eternity Isle too. Anyways, if you are new to my channel, please do comment on that community post. I will have it linked in the video's description if you don't know how to find it. All of this feedback is definitely appreciated. Alright, so enough of me rambling, back to the build. As you can see, we got our centerpiece done, and now it's time to start detailing and kind of framing almost like a circle effect for this build. Since I want all of my biome to match and blend with every single build we've already done here, I may be using more of the beach grass. This is something I did on my Rapunzel build and my fairy core build, and I really love using the beach grass because it gives your builds a more overgrown look. It just adds such a great realism touch to the build in general, and it's a great way to fill up space without using too many items towards your item limit. So I think my plan is to kind of frame in where the circle is on my build with some of the beach grass and different trees, and then eventually for the blue cottage I'll do some farm-like decor. I don't really know what my plan is behind the blue cottage, so I'm gonna keep the decor at a minimum, but we're gonna do a well and some tire-like tracks for our wagon, and this is inspired by my friend Elle on YouTube. I will have Elle linked in the video's description. If you're looking for inspiration also on Eternity Isle, I think that this build would work really nicely over there, because then you could also transition behind the wagon over to like a farm or something. So if you're not wanting to decorate on the Forest of Valor, I think that this would be super awesome on Eternity Isle too. Below the wagon, I'm gonna keep the decor pretty simple with some bushes and different underbrush just to give it a more overgrown look. I actually want to be able to access over by the fishing bubble on both sides of my forest, so I'm gonna make sure that I can easily reach that and do some fishing. I've been doing my best to try to make every single build lately that we create super functional, so that is why some areas will have less decor than other builds, just because I do want to make sure y'all can reach certain locations in each biome. Now that I have all of this detailed, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on a transition that'll connect behind the blue cottage. As mentioned earlier in this video, behind the blue cottage is going to remain empty because I don't know what I want to do with it quite yet, but if you have any fun ideas, let me know in the comment section below. I did consider maybe like a small farm location, but y'all usually have some of the best ideas ever, so whatever you suggest will probably fit finish this on a future live stream. So for the left side of our cottagecore neighborhood, I kept it pretty simple. We're going to repeat with the beach grass and use the butterfly flowers inside of it. I'm just going to be using different bushes and also some large rock items to fill up the area a little bit more. Now, if you didn't want to fill this in with some trees, you could easily do a cute little picnic area or maybe even a rock walkway that connects over to the river. Definitely put your own touch and, personal changes to this build as needed. I'm just going for simplicity over here because I have other plans throughout the biome and I don't want to compete with those. And then behind Goofy's home, I'm going to continue adding different underbrush items, and then I'm also going to place a few more trees down too. My plan eventually is for this dirt path to connect over by Elsa's cave, and then it's also going to connect over to the inclines over to the frozen heights. Just like I mentioned earlier, I want this build to be completely functional so none of the walkways are covered and none of the mining nodes are covered too. Another idea I had for this video too is where the walkway is starting to kind of curve and transition over towards the frozen heights. There's actually enough room in this empty spot for another villager home. So if you're really trying to utilize your space in this biome, Minnie's house fits over here and Mickey's house also fits. You could even place Merlin over here too. So if you're trying to get all those villagers placed, I think that this is a great option, or you could do a little community garden area as well. I just wanted to throw out these ideas in today's speed build because this location will not be decorated in today's video. Anyways, after a few more details, this is how the cottage neighborhood turned out. I hope that it brought you some Disney Dreamlight Valley inspiration. Before today's video also ends, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. With that being said, thanks again for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video. Thank you.